Hello guys, and welcome back to Reading Club. Today I'm going to read you the 52 story Treehouse, chapter 10, 11, and 12. Chapter 10, Vegetable Patty to the rescue. Yay, says Terry. I knew Vegetable Patty would come to save us. I knew everything would be all right. I wouldn't be too sure about that, I say. Look, the vegetables are waking up, and there's a lot more of them than there are of her. He's right, you know, sneers the prince. You'll never take us alive. I have no intentions of taking you, or any other vegetable here, alive, says Vegetable Patty, prepared to be sliced, diced, packed into plastic, snap block shacks, and snap frozen in my portable freezer. She slices, she dices, she chops and lops and bops. She crashes, she mashes, she cuts off carrot tops. She punches, she crunches, she grabs and jabs and stabs. She chomps, she womps, she makes vegetable kebabs. She kicks, she flicks, she whacks and cracks and smacks. She crushes, she mushes, she stuffs them into sacks. Handy releasable plastic snap lock sacks, which are an ideal size for a portable freezer. Vegetable Patty puts the last of our releasable bags into her freezer, resealable bags into her freezer, and releases us from the pot of near boiling water. Thank you for coming to my rescue, VIP, says Mr. Bignose. It's so good to have an author I can rely on, not like these two clowns. That's not very nice, says Jill. Terry and Andy and Terry did their best. Well, their best wasn't good enough, says Mr. Bignose, but then Patty is a vegetable fighter, I suppose, and a revenge Atterin. Revenge Atterin, says Terry. What's that? Is like a vegetarian? Sort of, says Patty. I mainly eat vegetables, but it's not because I like them. It's to get revenge on them for the misery they caused me as a child. Tell me about it, I say. My parents used to make me eat vegetables all the time. It was awful. Eat up your peas, Andy. I love peas. At least you only had to eat them, says Terry. My parents made me drink them. Vegetable smoothies 3 times a day. Drink up your cabbage smoothie, Terry darling. That's not what I meant, says Vegetable Patty. I don't hate vegetables because I had to eat them. I hate them because they killed my parents. Vegetables killed your parents? Says Jill. But how? It was like this, says Vegetable Patty, taking a deep breath. One day, when I was quite young, my parents took me to a country fair. We were admiring a display of giant overgrown vegetables when suddenly a freak storm hit and the strongest of wind blew all the enormous vegetables loose from their moorings. They rolled off the stage and squished both my parents as flat as pancakes. I vowed then and there to get revenge by devoting my life to killing and eating as many vegetables as possible. But vegetables taste horrible, I say. That's true. They do, says Patty, but the taste of revenge is sweet. They kind of cancel each other out. That's why I need you and your readers to help me in my crusade against vegetables by eating as many as you can. The faster we eat, the sooner we'll wipe them from the face of the earth forever. Eat your vegetables. Terry turns to me and whispers, I hate vegetables as much as anyone, but I don't hate them that much. Me neither, I say. Vegetable Patty's phone rings. What's that? She said, your children are refusing to eat their vegetables? Don't worry, I'll be right there. She turns to Mr. Big Nose and says, I have to go. It's an emergency. Any chance I can get a lift back to the office? Says Mr. Big Nose. I'm a busy man, you know, and this whole vegetable kidnap situation has really put me behind schedule. Sure, says Vegetable Patty. My vegetable-powered revenge mobile is parked right outside. Please only room for one passenger. That's okay, says Mr. Big Nose, waving his arm dismissively at us. They can find their own way home. Well, I say, our work here appears to be done. Let's go. Remember, it's your turn to be the horse, says Terry. There's a tree. Says Terry. There's a tram, says Terry. How come we didn't take it to go there? Let's not bother with the horse. I said, let's take the tram instead. There's a tram, says Terry. How come we didn't take it to get there? Because you were a horse, I say, and horses, as everyone knows, are not allowed on trams. The tram arrives, and even though it's a bit crowded, we manage to find a seat. All aboard, says the conductor, and off we go. Chapter 11. Surprise! It's quite a long trip home. Finally, we arrive at Jill's stop. She gets off, and we wave goodbye. The next stop is ours. We get off the tram and climbs up to our treehouse. It's great to be home again, but there is a lot to do. There are sharks to feed, watermelons to smash, waves to surf, chainsaws to juggle, rocking horses to race, and make your own pizzas. Don't make themselves, you know. So, says Terry, as we float around in our see-through swimming pool, that all worked out pretty well. Yeah, except for one thing, I say. What, says Terry? Except that today is my birthday and you completely forgot about it. Today is your birthday, says Terry. You should have told me. You just did, I say, but I shouldn't have had to. You should have remembered. That's what friends do. I'm sorry, says Terry, but before I met you, I never had a friend, and I never had a birthday, so I didn't know. You've never had a birthday? I say, why not? My parents thought they were too dangerous, says Terry. All the things that made birthdays dangerous, according to Terry's parents. Sun could fall and catch fire or choke someone, or both. Letter P could drop off and break someone's brain. Child could suck instead of blow and swallow flame. Child leaning forward on chair. Sharp cake cutting knife. Risk of hyperventilation. Risk of hyperventilation or dizziness from trying to blow out every last birthday candle. Dangerous reptile left under table. Wires hazardous to low-flying catenaries. Balloons floating up an eroding ceiling fan. Dangerous deranged gorilla. Choking hazard. Smoke hazard. Possible choking hazard with ice and drink. Party pie, very dangerous. Toppling, gifts hazard. Dangerous ribbons. Gift containing easy to use chainsaw. Dangerous presents with small parts, plastic bags, sharp objects, or difficult instructions. So when is your birthday? I say, I don't know, says Terry. We never celebrated it, so I'm not sure when it is. I think for a moment, there's only one thing to do. Terry, I say, yes, you can share my birthday. Really? Yes, and because I never forget my own birthday, I'll never forget yours either, so I'll be able to remind you. We'll celebrate together every year, starting today. Thanks, Andy, says Terry. You're the best friend I ever had. Just one question. What's that? How old are we? That's funny you should ask, I say, because that's what I was about to tell the readers at the start of the book. And what's the answer? Well, I say, we are... Andy, calls a voice from the forest. Terry, come quick. That's Jill, I say. And it sounds like she's in trouble, says Terry. I hope it's not more vegetable trouble, I say. Come on, let's go. We each grab a vine, swing to the bottom of the tree, and rush to the forest. Jill, I call, where are you? I'm over here, she says. Hurry, don't worry, we're coming, says Terry. We run into a clearing. Surprise! Yells Jill. Happy birthday, Andy. Chapter 12, A Crazy Plan. Happy birthday, Andy, says Jill. Thanks, Jill, but this can be Terry's party, too, because today is his birthday as well. I didn't know it was your birthday, Terry, says Jill. Andy's been dropping hints for months, but he never said a word. That's because my parents had never told me when my birthday was, says Terry, so I didn't know. But Andy said I could share his. That is so nice of you, says Andy, says Terry. Says Jill. Happy birthday, Terry. I'll just get Mr. Hee-Haw to add your name to the birthday banner. The animals and I have been planning our birthday party for weeks, says Jill. It was while we were getting everything ready that I pricked my finger on the cursed carrot. But luckily, when I woke up, the animals did too. And they finished getting the party ready while I was away. They really love a party, as you can see. Go, get up. Oh, I got rhythm. Gulp. Marshmallow, ready to fire. Uh-oh. Too much sugar, Bill. Look, says Terry, a butterfly, and it says, happy birthday on his wings. That's because it's a birthday butterfly, says Jill. Why is it wearing the caterpillar's hat, says Terry? Because it used to be the caterpillar, says Jill. Huh, says Terry. How can a caterpillar turn into a butterfly? Metamorphosis, says Jill. What's that, says Terry. I'll explain later, I say. Get off the table, guinea pig. No manners. Birthdays are really fun, says Terry, his face covered in Edward Scooperhand's birthday cake flavored ice cream. I think we should have one every day. But that's not how birthdays work, I say. You only get one per year because otherwise you would get too old too fast. Yeah, hey, I know, says Terry. Why don't we make a birthday level in our treehouse where it can be your birthday whenever you want, but you don't get any older? I think you might be onto something, I say. Ring, 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 ring. That's weird, says Terry. It sounds like a 3D film, but it can't be, because what would it be doing down here in the forest? Actually, it is your 3D video film, says Jill. I had Larry, Curly, and Mo bring it down here in case Mr. Big Nose rang to wish you happy birthday. That's probably him now. You better answer it. Hello, Andy and Terry, says Mr. Big Nose. I guess you know why I'm calling. To wish us happy birthday? I say. Don't be ridiculous, yells Mr. Big Nose. I'm calling you to tell you your book is due at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock tomorrow? Says Terry. No, 5 o'clock today, says Mr. Big Nose. But we're not finished, I say. We've been too busy rescuing you. That's not my problem, says Mr. Big Nose. A contract is a contract. And that book better be here by 5, or else. He hangs up. I look at Terry. Terry looks at me. I think it's time for presents, says Jill, handing us a parcel wrapped in gold paper with a big purple bow. But how can we open presents at a time like this? I say. If we don't get our book written, then I don't know what will happen, but it will probably involve Mr. Big Nose getting so mad that his nose explodes and us having to go back to work at the monkey house. Don't worry, says Jill. Just trust me. Open your present. I think you'll like it. We unwrap the parcel. It's a book, I say. I love books, says Terry. What's it called? The 52-story treehouse. I love that book, says Terry. No, you don't, I say. I mean, you can, because we haven't even written it yet. No, says Jill, you haven't, but I have all the words and the pictures. But how, I say, with the help of my animals, of course. Says Jill, you might not get to look at them, but they're really quite talented. And it was the least I could do after you and Terry went so much trouble to rescue me from my enchanted sleep. More talented than he looks, less talented than he thinks. Genius. Can we read it now, says Terry. Of course, says Jill. We read the book. A lion. Well, says Jill, what do you think? Sorry. Well, says Jill, what do you think? Action-packed, I say. I love it, but how will we get it to Mr. Big Nose in time? What about the birthday butterflies, says Terry. No, says Jill, the book will be too heavy for it to carry. Butterflies are beautiful, but they are not very strong. What about Silky and the other flying cats? I say. Could they take it? I'm afraid not, says Jill. They're on holiday in the Canary Islands. I got this postcard from them yesterday. Dear Jill, having a nice time. So far we've been fishing, bird watching, bird catching, bird eating, and parasailing. Lots of love, Silky and the gang. I know, says Terry. We can use the cannon. No, you can't. A robin built her nest in it, and the baby birds have just hatched. They must not be disturbed. Then I guess we're doomed, says Terry. Unless, Jill and I lean forward. Unless what, I say. Unless we get my ninja snails to deliver it. But that will take forever, I say. Not forever, says Terry. Only about 100 years and 15 minutes to my calculations. Great, I say, except that it'll be 100 years too late for Mr. Big Nose. No, it won't, says Terry. Not if we stop time. Well, duh, I said. But if we could do that, I think we could. But as if we could do that. I think we could, says Terry. I still got the carrot that Jill pricked her finger on. I collected as an evidence when we were trying to solve the mystery of why Jill has a curse on it. But how's a cursed carrot going to help us stop time, I say. Like this, says Terry. We use the rocket-powered carrot launcher to fire the carrot into the heart of the Greenwich Observatory, which is where all the time in the world comes from. If you stop time there, you stop time everywhere, which will give the ninja snails all the time they need. Terry's crazy plan to put time and the whole world to sleep for 100 years so the ninja snails can deliver the books to Mr. Big Nose by 5 o'clock. What about the snails? I say, won't it put them to sleep too? No, says Terry, because they're ninja snails. The normal laws of time and space don't apply to them. That's crazy, Terry, I say. Oh, he sighs in disappointment. So crazy, it might just work. Great, says Terry. To the treehouse. Jill and I follow Terry to the treehouse and climb up to the Ninja Snail Training Academy. Terry explains the mission to the snails, gives them the book, and and book and fires a starting pistol. He waves goodbye to the snails. Good luck, he says. Don't forget to send me a telegram when you arrive. He turns to us. Now, let's go launch the carrot. Terry loads the carrot into the carrot launcher and points it in the direction of the Greenwich Observatory. Here goes, he says, pushing the launch button. The carrot shoots into the sky and disappears into the clouds. Well, says Terry, the carrot is on its way. Sorry. We better go to the room full of pillows and get comfortable. We got a long sleep ahead of us. Do you really think Terry's plan will work, says Jill as she snuggles into a pile of pillows. I hope so, I say. Are you feeling tired yet? Jill yawns. Maybe a little bit, she says. Yeah, I say, yawning. Me too. What about you, Terry? He doesn't answer. Terry? I look over. Terry is snoring. He's asleep, I say to Jill. But Jill doesn't hear me. She's asleep too. Which just leaves me. I'm the only one who's not asleep. Well, that's the end of this channel. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe, Reading Club, and please click many likes. Thanks again for listening. Bye.